about these sources. And today onwards we have start the new chapter, geographical features of our country. So in this chapter you learn about the physical features of India. India is both a subcontinent and a peninsula. Recognize the neighboring countries of India, the living style of man in prehistoric period, and the Stone Age, and other main points of geographical features. See the introduction. The geographical environment has influenced every country and people in the world, because all those countries depend upon their climates, because there is an intimate relationship between human life and environment. So human life is deciding to base of the environment of a country. Hence it is necessary to learn about the geographical environment in order to know about human history. So look at the map. India is a subcontinent occupying a huge area in the southern part of the Asian continent. Where located India? In southern part of Asia. So India is a subcontinent as it is surrounded by water on three sides and land on one side. It is a peninsula. So three side water, one side land. Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal. These are the three oceans. The neighboring countries of India. So many neighbor countries: Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, China, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka and others. So these are the main neighboring countries. So look at the map. They are given our neighboring countries. So Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan and other countries. So it consists 28 states and 9 union territories, and one is become as a capital region of India, that is a Delhi, New Delhi, 7th largest country in the world and 2nd largest population in the world. Water for frontier and 6,100 kilometer, and land is 6,100 kilometer, and land is 15,200 kilometer. And India's geographical features, these comprise in the north the Himalayan mountains. So look at the map. The Indo-Gangetic plain. In the south, Deccan Plateau and the coastal region. These are the main features. And the Himalayan mountains, the snow-capped mountain in the north, some of the tallest mountain peaks in the world. For example, Mount Everest and K2. K2 is the highest peak in the India, and Mount Everest is the highest peak in world. So look at the mountain ranges. So they help to preserve the security of our country. There have been very few intrusions on ancient India from the northern Himalayan regions. Himalayas are protecting us from cold wind also, as well as security purpose. The attacks of have so many other countries. They are attacking the northwestern side through the Himalaya was protecting us, the valleys of Bolan and Khyber passes. These valleys are most important because of so many foreign countries, kings, they are attacking for India using these two valleys, Bolan and another one, two valleys. Look at the Bolan and Khyber passes. Okay, and the next one point is, so now you see the pictures on the screen. The flat Indo-Gangetic plain. So plain, it has a extremely fertile land, and the ancient civilizations of Sindhu and Harappa, the both started life leading in these valleys in prehistoric human beings. So many battles have fought from time to time to establish control over this area on that of ancient time, because of it is a very fertile and good for a leading life and agricultural activities. That's why this attracting for the other people. The dynasties established control over this fertile Gangetic plain and established empires. So many other countries kings also attacking for India this purpose only, and as well as India was one of the good agricultural land. The Narmada river separates India because of it is dividing two parts, South India and North India. So Malwa Plateau are central highlands, the Deccan Plateau in the south. These are the two parts. The Mauryas and the Guptas ruled these two areas of ancient India on that time. Maurya Empire and Gupta Empire, 250 BCE and 400 CE. They are ruled in India, Gupta and Maurya emperors. The Indian coastline is vast and stretches over 6,100 kilometers in our country. Look at the picture. Konkan coastline of, and Malabar coast and Coromandel coast and Andhra coast and Utkal coast. See, the eastern coastline is called the Coromandel coast. Eastern coastline we are called Coromandel coast, and whereas the western coastline is referred as Konkan and Malabar coast. Konkan and Malabar coast we are called for the western coastline. Look at map carefully. The numerous forts on this coastline had attacked the Romans from time immemorial. See, Coromandel coast, Payan Ghat, they are given in the figure, coastline of emergence. The foreign trade was carried on in those days only through sea routes. In ancient time, foreign trade was carried only for sea routes. Nowadays we have so many options for air route and sea route both also. As a result, 4 towns flourished, resulting in the rise of powerful kingdoms in south like the Pandyas and the Cheras and the Cholas. These are the most important dynasties on that time established. The diversity in the Indian geographical environment has also influenced the lives of communities living here. So India has a different climate and features and region wise. So dear students, we are continuing the chapter and tomorrow, and note down today homework, and today homework is write the features of write the features of Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau. Geographical features of Deccan Plateau. Understood? Write the geographical features of Deccan Plateau. Okay, take care.